first question will be to Mr. Hassan Pinto. Hassan Pinto, how did sport become a such big part of the Pinto family's life?
Um, I grew up in New York. I grew up in a town. I was born in Brooklyn, New York. I was born, and then I moved out to this little town called Brentwood. And it's a really, really diverse neighborhood with people from Central America, the island. My dad is from Jamaica, just an island over from where you're from, Wilfred. And we never played football. I played a little bit of baseball, played a little bit of basketball, but the main game in our family was football, not American football, but football. And in Portuguese it would be called futebol. But that's all we played. And so I grew up playing the game. I grew up speaking multiple languages, playing the game, and it just became part of my life. While my brothers played football, which is just a game that we love. So when I got married to this beautiful young lady here,
Mhm.
um, I said, "Hey, we're gonna have footballers," and the next question was, could she bear me footballers? So I had to make sure that she was athletic. I had to make sure, I even had to check her dad out. Well, Wilfred, I had to make sure he had some grit, right? Like, because I needed grit in my footballers. So her dad passed the test, and her mother was just loving and nurturing, and her dad was just an athlete. So I said, you know what? I can get footballers from her. So that's how it started.
Okay, good. When did you realize your kid has the talent to go far in sport?
So for me, at the time, I was young, right? I was young. I had kids. I was still really fit, and I was playing. And so when I just saw that they loved it
Mhm.
and they loved playing, and the oldest one like really loved the game, and I saw him watching the game, and he would tell me all about the Premiership. He would tell me about all these things that were happening. That's when I knew, because I knew the genetics were there. I knew they had them. The question was, would they love the game enough to like extract those genetics to play the game? And when Hassan Jr. just loved the game, and then I saw Brianna following behind him. And then at that time, Malik couldn't even walk, but I knew he would follow behind his sister. I knew we had it.
Mhm, mhm. How did your own sport background influence the way you raise your children?
So I think it influenced it a lot, right? So my parents wanted me to play soccer to get a scholarship to college. I went to the University of North Carolina, where I met my lovely wife of what, 31 years now, 32 years, 33 years.
We've been together a few decades.
Yeah, we've been together a few decades. But I met her, and that was the goal for my parents, was just to get a scholarship. But when I started playing, I started to rise up the ranks and start making teams like all Long Island, all all New York State, uh, all region. And then, I started to get into those national team pools. And then I was recognized as one of the top players in America. So with that, a lot of colleges recruited me to play soccer, and it was just an exciting time, and that's how I got into it. That's what it brought to my life. In addition to that, it opened my eyes. It opened my eyes that the world was big. I started to travel to Europe, to South America, to Canada to play the game. And when I had kids, I said, you know what? Them playing this game is not just a game. It's a life experience. It's about living it. It's about seeing other cultures. It's about seeing how people live. And I told my wife, I said, they're going to play this game because they're going to meet the entire world with the game.
Mhm. What is your vision as co-owner of Fodora United FC?
I mean, it's the same vision that I have for my children, my wife. It's the best, right? Like, it's not about whether we become the best, it's the fact that we strive to be the best.
Mhm,
And so I would say, as a co-owner of Fort Lauderdale United, our goal is always to be the best, and not when you say the best, not just the best in our league, but I'm saying the best in North America. I'm saying the best in the world. Every step that we take, it's going to be strive to be the best, because that's who I am. That's who I want to be. And as long as we're striving for that first position, that's what it's all about.
Okay, good. What has been your proudest moment as a father watching your children succeed?
Oh man, I, I have so many moments. You know, have so many moments. I mean, I have moments where my oldest son Hassan, his team is down 1-0. Duke is down 1-0, and he goes into the UNC stadium. UNC soccer is traditionally ranked top 10 in the country, and they're down 1-0. Carolina's opening their stadium and it's packed, and they come out there with the win. I have moments where Malik goes down to National Stadium in Jamaica for CONCACAF and scores the game-winning goal. I have moments where Brianna went before the FIFA National Congress in Russia to help us get the 2026 World Cup. I mean, Brianna was the representative for the FIFA World Cup staff and